She is the queen of the Great Yan dynasty, possessing the power of an eighth-order transcendent realm. However, she was ensnared within a colossal array, a victim of treachery by the tribal mastermind. The tribal forces, in alliance with two other factions, conspired to conduct a blood sacrifice ritual on the entire Great Yan dynasty. Yet, they grossly underestimated the queen's abilities. Within the blazing bloodseal spirit array, the queen emitted a formidable aura, relentlessly assaulting the array's barriers. The tribal master was astonished. The queen was attempting to break through her own cultivation boundaries in this dire situation. The queen had reached the eighth-order transcendent realm before turning 20. But it now appeared she was on the cusp of ascending even higher. She could be hailed as the most formidable woman in the history of the Great Yan dynasty. A talent seen once in a millennium. The tribal master knew that if he didn't escape quickly, he was destined to perish here. He immediately issued orders for the tribal army to retreat. However, shortly after the tribal master turned to flee, the queen emitted a faint hum. Her eyes snapped open, radiating an icy blue light. Meanwhile, the blood-seal spirit array trapping her was on the brink of collapse under the queen's furious onslaught of energy. In the next moment, a deafening sound echoed as the bonds of the blood-seal spirit array and the realm's chains shattered simultaneously. As the smoke cleared, the queen stood in the sky like a war goddess. Her aura blazed like a roaring inferno, reaching the ninth-order realm. The queen then swung her sword in the direction of the fleeing tribal master. This strike carried frigid, icy energy, piercing through the heavens. The sword's passage caused a freezing tempest, icing over miles of terrain. Countless tribal warriors were frozen into ice sculptures and subsequently shattered by the shockwaves. The tribal master had already fled 1,000 miles, but he suddenly felt a chilling sensation. He turned around and was surprised to see a sword energy hurtling towards him. Instinctively, he raised his staff and ignited his life essence, preparing to summon a massive blood-red phantom to shield himself. Despite this desperate defense, he couldn't withstand the queen's strike. Her sword energy effortlessly cleaved through the phantom. The sword energy then collided with the skeletal staff held before the old master, resulting in a resounding shatter. The tribal master plummeted to the ground like a meteor, crashing heavily. After the explosion, the tribal master survived, but the sword strike had nearly taken his life. He knew that if he didn't possess a life-saving artifact, he would have perished today. After standing up, he continued to marvel at the queen's fearsome power. However, the queen did not pursue the tribal master. Instead, she flew to the border wall and ordered her deputy to guard it. Then, she looked at the dark-skinned girl beside her and instructed her to return with her to deal with the turmoil in the Black Soul Temple. While flying, the dark-skinned girl observed the queen's solemn expression and reassured her not to worry excessively. Now, there were arrays everywhere, and they should be able to delay the actions of the Swamp Elder. But the Empress said, and the Queen concurred, that the Swamp Elder was an eighth-order powerhouse. Ho's arrays would be futile against him. All they could hope for was that the dynasty wouldn't suffer significant losses. An hour later, the Queen completed her inspection around the Imperial City and found no abnormalities. However, as she passed near the town of Blue Flame, the Queen froze. She asked the dark girl beside her if there should be 2 mountains here. The dark girl wore a shocked expression and replied that, to be precise, there should be 3 mountains. It seemed that a powerful individual had shattered the mountains with a single blow. Inside, the dark girl was in turmoil. Who could possess such immense strength? Could it be a 10th-order powerhouse? But if it were a 10th-order powerhouse, the Queen would undoubtedly sense it. Yet, she couldn't detect any traces now. Could it be that a legendary figure, surpassing the 10th Order, had arrived here?